Breeders' Cup tickets available at Belmont, Keeneland, Woodbine, and Santa Anita. Our tickets available coming up next on Horses and Courses.
One back, boss.
The Off-Track Betting Communications Network presents Horses and Courses, OTB's Thoroughbred News with your host, Jack Wolferseder. And now, with a look at this week's news in the thoroughbred industry, here's Jack.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. Well, if you're an equine star, this past weekend was the weekend to get your ticket punched to the November 8th renewal of the Breeders' Cup at Hollywood Park. We had major prep races in Kentucky at Keeneland, out in California at Santa Anita, at Belmont Park, and up in Toronto at Woodbine. The stars were out in force. We'll see who's going and who's not going as we review all the great action that was run this past weekend. We've got a passel of races for you. Let's start right off. Down at Laurel, it was Maryland Million Day on Saturday. Want to show you just a couple of the races. In fact, I only have room for two of them. We picked out the Maryland Distaff, the 7-furlong filly and mare sprint to start things off this week. It's $100 grand. They're going 7/8, as I mentioned. Let's take a quick look. Here's Dave Rodman with the Maryland Million Distaff.
They turn for home now. Weathervane, Secret Prospect on the outside. Secret Prospect, narrow advantage from Weathervane. True Mystery trying to get involved in the last furlong. And it's Secret Prospect who's in front under Mark Johnston. True Mystery coming to make a race of it on the outside. But Secret Prospect a little too much. As a matter of fact, she's a lot too much. 13 career wins for Secret Prospect, True Mystery, Conradley, and Weathervane.
Well, we picked her out, Secret Prospect, because she's done so much down there in Maryland. Here she is winning another race. John Tomorrow trains this one. Sent off at 2-1, too. Not a bad price for Secret Prospect. She gets the win with Mark Johnston, of course, in the irons. True Mystery and Conradley, they'll be the place and show horses. Probably went off at such a higher odds because the race was 7/8 rather than her customary 3/4. Didn't matter. She goes the 7 furlongs in 1:24.3. In the Maryland Million Turf, we can tell you that Windsox, that nice router, won that race. The other race we want to show you from Million Day at Laurel was the Classic. Of course, mile and 3/16. The purse on the Classic, $200,000 in guaranteed monies. Again, here's Dave Rodman giving you the final few strides of the Maryland Million Classic.
They turn for home. Algar and Mary's Buckaroo emerge to the front, and Wakabi is third. Last furlong duel, it's either Mary's Buckaroo or Algar. Mary's Buckaroo on the inside, Algar on the outside. Algar, Mary's Buckaroo. It's going to be close. Ahead, Bob. Algar has won the Classic by a neck.
Well, Algar and Edgar Prado in the irons gets a neck victory. Owner-trainer Barbara Graham doing a very nice job of having Algar ready for the big day at Laurel. Sent off at the very nice price of 7-2. Mary's Buckaroo was right there till the final few jumps and just falls that neck short in a very gallant effort. Testing, finishing in the show spot. Mile 3/16 for Algar, 1:58.1. All right, over to the Meadowlands. Last Friday night, the Conical Long Look Breeders' Cup Handicap was run for our fillies and mares. They're on the main track at East Rutherford at 1 mile and a furlong. $150,000, the added purse on the Long Look. Dave Johnson in town for the race has the call.
Winter Melody is on the move from the middle of the racetrack, and down the stretch they come in the Long Look Breeders' Cup Handicap. Drawing clear, it's Ami in front, but here comes Winter Melody with a late move on the outside. They're cutting to the wire. Ami and Winter Melody, photo finish.
Winter Melody up in the last jump to get that nose victory. Mike McCarthy in the irons, 11th win in her career, going short, going long. She's always tough, and that's why she got the win Friday night. Omi from Bill Mott's Bond was second. Power Play finished in the third spot. Omi, incidentally, the 7 of 5 fave. Winter Melody winning another in the time of 1:48.1. Delaware Park, Saturday afternoon, 2-year-olds in action in the First State Stakes at a mile and the 16th. 50 thou, the guaranteed purse. Little storm in the Mid-Atlantic area on Saturday. Muddy racetrack at Delaware. Let's take a look. Here's John Curran with the call.
Up on the outside, here comes North 40. 6 winning 1, 13-1 as they head down the lane. And it's still Southern Bostonian by 2. Flaming Bridles now trying to chase him home in second. 2.5 lengths further back to North 40 and 2 Wood. A 16th to go. And Southern Bostonian Martin is all out. Flaming Bridles trying on the outside. Southern Bostonians hanging on. Wins it by a long neck. Flaming Bridles second with North 40 third.
This nice colt at Suffolk ships to Delaware, broke his maiden there, and then comes right back at Delaware to win the First State Stakes a half length. Skippy McConnell, the owner, one of Jimmy Hartley's clients from the Boston area, and you can expect to see this guy running back in the 2-year-old stake coming up in a couple of weeks at Suffolk. Flaming Birdie was second. North 40 finishing in the third spot. Southern Bostonian, a nice one, but Jim Hartley goes the mile 16th in 1:46.1. Okay, to Lexington, Keeneland, Friday, Saturday, Sunday afternoon. First up Friday, the Fayette Stakes at a mile and a furlong for our older horses. $150,000 in added purse money, and let me caution you right at the outset, a very nasty spill in and around the club turn. Let's take a look. Here's Kurt Becker with the call of the Fayette Stakes.
Whiskey Wisdom in the stretch comes toward the 8th pole. The lead is out to 2.5, now 3 lengths. And City by Night, the favorite, is facing defeat. Pyramid Peak trying to chase him down for second. No one will have a chance to get Whiskey Wisdom, who draws clear for the upset.
Whiskey Wisdom, the 3-year-old trained by Roger Atfield, remains undefeated here, winning the Fayette Stakes, sent off at 5-1. Willie Martinez in the irons. The even money favorite, City by Night, no better than Save the Place punters there. Pyramid Peak well back in third. You saw Universe break down very badly and had to be humanely destroyed on the track at Keeneland. Precocity could not avoid Universe and fell. He was all right with some bumps and bruises. Going to take him a little bit to get over that traumatic experience. The good news is that jockeys Perret and Carlos Gonzalez miraculously escaped any serious injuries there. And so a terrible spill at Keeneland in the Fayette Stakes Friday. Whiskey Wisdom, though, remains undefeated. Nice colt here as he goes the mile and a furlong in 1:48.3. All right, Saturday afternoon, the Futurity, mile and a 16th, $400,000. The added purse, the Lane's End, Futurity, Lane's End, the corporate sponsor of the race. 2-year-olds, and of course, this the fall debut of the undefeated Favorite Trick. Pat Burns won with Countess Diana, we saw in last week's program. Now, let's take a look at Favorite Trick's performance in the Futurity. Here's Kurt with the call.
And they're off. Time Limit immediately comes out running for the early lead. Favorite Trick is away with him, and Lay Down moves up close on the far outside. They are followed by Fiamma, and Excellent Luck will be the trailer, as Fiamma's run is a bit erratic at the entry into the turn and now drops back a couple of spots from those front 3. Time Limit over next to the rail is leading at 3/4 of a length. Laid Down is now second on the outside. Gap of 2 to Favorite Trick, who is third for the run up the back stretch. Then Fiamma, and Excellent Luck is the trailer and is running over 9 lengths from the leader. Opening quarter went in 23 and 2/5 seconds. Time Limit continues to lead it by a neck. Lay Down is second by nearly 3. Favorite Trick being urged along slightly now from third. Gap of nearly 3 more back to Fiamma. And Excellent Luck continues to trail the field at the entry to the far turn. The half was timed in 46 and 3/5 seconds. Time Limit continues to lead Lay Down by a half length now. And Favorite Trick is still third at this point. Still has nearly 3 lengths to make up on the leaders. It's 3 more behind him to Excellent Luck and Fiamma. Less than a quarter mile remaining. Time Limit leads it by almost a length. And now Favorite Trick takes to the far outside. He's still third. He's trying to get by Lay Down, who's under the whip. Now the front 3 on even terms. And at the 16th pole, Favorite Trick has left no doubt. He moves by and opens up quickly by 2. Under left-handed urging from jockey Pat Day, Favorite Trick wins it.
Well, in a very professional and measured score with Pat Day just timing everything perfectly, Favorite Trick rolls a 7. 7 starts, 7 wins here, draws off by 3 lengths to win the futurity for Pat Byrne. Time Limit and Lay Down. I got to think that Favorite Trick was just kind of playing with these guys. Pat said he reached back and smacked them a couple of times to remind him of what he was out there for, to get the victory in the futurity in 1 minute 43 and 1/5 seconds. This guy is going out to Hollywood Park, and I think the only thing that beats him out there is himself, because he has handled all types of racetracks, whether it be Churchill Downs, Saratoga, or Keeneland. He's extremely professional and just does everything that trainer Byrne and jockey Day ask him to do. Of course, the question will be after the Hollywood Park race is will he be able to get the classic distances? Everyone seems to think so, although he is by phone trick, but let's get him by the Breeders' Cup first. A little bit later on in the show, we're going to see his main competition out at Santa Anita in the Norfolk Stakes and see how that will measure up against Favorite Trick. But right now, he is head and shoulders above any of these other 2-year-old colts this side of the Mississippi. Favorite Trick, 7 for 7, rolling a 7. All right, that was Saturday. Now Sunday, the older horses were sprinting in the Phoenix Breeders' Cup handicap at Keeneland. 6 furlongs, 150,000. The added money. Again, Kurt's got the call for us.
Past the quarter pole, Receiver leads at a length. Bet on Sunshine and Valid Expectations are moving at the leader as they come by the 8th pole. The front 3 now matching strides. Bet on Sunshine between horses gets the lead a neck. Valid Expectations, then Receiver toward the rail. Bet on Sunshine nursing a short lead. He wins it by almost a full length.
Bet on Sunshine, Francisco Torres with a length score. 4th stakes win in a row. Not just 4 in a row, but 4 stakes win in a row. Receiver was 2nd. Valid Expectations in the 3rd spot. 8 and 3. Bet on Sunshine's time in the Phoenix Breeders' Cup Stakes on Sunday in Lexington. All right, let's go up to Chicago and check on Hawthorne's 2 races over the weekend. The Valnor Breeders' Cup Stakes on Saturday afternoon. Fillies and mares on the grass at a flat mile. $100,000, the added purse on the race. Kevin Gomer's got the call of this one.
It is Miss Marta in front, full as a tick falls away, and now My Own Lovely Lee has plenty of running room, and My Own Lovely Lee moves up and challenges Miss Marta with a furlong to go, and then it's El Shenandoah coming home fast from 3rd. My Own Lovely Lee on the outside, Miss Marta on the inside, those 2 in a stretch duel. My Own Lovely Lee and Miss Marta battling down to the line, and My Own Lovely Lee wins the Valnor Breeders' Cup handicap by a neck.
My Own Lovely Lee. We've seen this gal a few times at Arlington and now over here at Hawthorne. Sent off the 6-5 fave. She gets the neck victory. Garrett Gomez, per usual, in the irons. She's beating Miss Marta and Els Shenandoah as the place and show fillies. My Own Lovely Lee, she goes the mile in 1:34 and 1. Sunday afternoon in Chicago, the Frank Arsenault Memorial Stakes at a mile. Again, we're on the turf, and these are our 2-year-olds. Purse on the race, $100,000 in added money. Again, Kevin Gomer giving us the race call.
Off the turn, they straighten up into the home stretch, and leading the way, Prairie Storm on top by 1.5 lengths, but now Captain Mastery guided to the outside and using giant strides to catch Prairie Storm as they come down to the final furlong. Captain Mastery to the front, Prairie Storm is next in second. Pay Zone has come from a long way back to take third, but as they go to the line, Captain Mastery is in front. Prairie Storm finished second, and Pay Zone was third.
Garrett Gomez, stakes winning double for Garrett, gets both stakes at the Hawthorne over the weekend. 2-length score. Captain Maestri was sent off at even money, and rightly so, because last time out was second in the Arlington, Washington Futurity at Arlington behind Cowboy Dan. Louis Roussel, trainer of Captain Maestri. Prairie Storm was second, Pay Zone third, Captain Maestri, the mile on the grass in 1:34 flat. All right, we're going to take our first break here. When we come back out the break, we've got our Breeders' Cup preps up in Toronto at Woodbine. We'll have all the Oak Tree action at Santa Anita, and of course the Breeders' Cup preview weekend at Belmont. So plenty more races to go. Don't go away. Be right back in a sec.
Capital District Off-Track Betting has been bringing you service for 25 years.
Catch the official Breeders' Cup simulcast live from Hollywood Park Saturday, November 8th. Watch, wager, and be part of the Breeders' Cup excitement when the best thoroughbreds from around the world compete in 7 championship races. Get in on all the Breeders' Cup action at a simulcast outlet in your area, live via satellite, Saturday, November 8th. The official Breeders' Cup simulcast. It's your winning ticket to racing's biggest day.
All right, in Toronto on Sunday afternoon, 3 big stakes races, highlighted, of course, by the Canadian International. We'll start you off with the very important filly and mare race, the E.P. Taylor Stakes on the grass at 1.25 miles. $300,000 is the added purse on the race. Here's Daniel Loisel at Woodbine with the call of the E.P. Taylor.
They're off in the E.P. Taylor Stakes. Brilliance broke well toward the inside. Lene Full and KZ Bay is going to make the running on the front end. KZ Bay goes right to the front for Ray Sabrin. Brilliance is second, Lene Full is third. Back in fourth position is Classic Wonder, then Cool Cat Katie in fifth. Gray Way is to her outside. To her inside is Miss Universal. Moose Glacé is second to last, and trailing this field is Colorful Vices. 25-1 for the opening quarter. KZ Bay out where she likes it on the front end. Sabrin trying to coddle her speed. Brilliance is second. Classic Wonder is third. To the inside in fourth position is Lene Full. Gray Way is on the extreme outside. Cool Cat Katie's between horses. Then we have Moose Glacé, who's back about 7 lengths off the lead. Miss Universal next to last, and Colorful Vices, a 49-second half mile. And they head toward the far turn, KZ Bay. Classic Wonder on the outside. Brilliant saving ground for Savant Guillot. They're into the far turn now, KZ Bay. Classic Wonder. Brilliance is to the inside, third. On the outside, Gray Way is fourth. Cool Cat Katie drafts in behind horses. Lene Full making up a bit of ground for Pat Day. Less than 3/8 to go. KZ Bay is still there by 3. Brilliance is second now. Classic Wonder. Gray Way is coming with her run. They're into the stretch. It's KZ Bay at the quarter pole. On the outside, Gray Way. Brilliance is set down, Lene Full. Angles out between horses. It's KZ Bay. Here comes Moose Glacé and Brilliance now. Lene Full between horses. Moose Glacé, short lead. Cool Cat Katie is set down. Lene Full, Brilliance, Cool Cat Katie. Cool Cat Katie wins the E.P. Taylor Stakes. Tight for place on the inside. Lene Full on the outside. Moose Glacé, and Brilliance was fourth.
Well, the Europeans came over in force and sweep the board here. 1, 2, 3. Cool Cat Katie owned by George Strawbridge and trained by David Loader, and David learned his craft in Pennsylvania under Jonathan Shepard. As a matter of fact, that's where Cool Cat Katie will be sent now. Olivia Peslier, we just had Peslier on board the ARC winner over in France, now comes to Toronto and wins the E.P. Taylor. Cool Cat Katie is a length and a half, sent off at 2-1, 3 wins out of 4 lifetime starts, and the other was just a second, got beat in neck. This gal is a runner. Let's see what Jonathan does with her now. Mousse Glacé finishing in the second position, and L'Année Folle is your third place finisher. The Europeans en masse go the 1.25 miles in 2 minutes and 2 seconds flat. All right, sprinters up next at Woodbine in the Highlander handicap. It's 100 grander, 3/4 of a mile. Again, Dan Loisel with the call.
Glanmeyer, smooth deputy in the center. And to the outside, Blue Prospect. Jyland drops inside. They're in the final furlong, and it's Glanmeyer. Jyland continues to close on the inside. Kitadashi all firmed up with a late run, splits horses, but it's Glanmeyer. Glanmeyer holds on to win the Highlander to a closing all firmed up in 109 2/5.
Glanmeyer, Todd Cable in the irons, gets the win here. 5th stakes win at Woodbine, sent off at 9-2, and Mike Keogh says we're going to Aqueduct next for the sport page and see what the competition is like in New York. Glad to have you, Glanmeyer. All firmed up with second Gillen finishing in the show spot. Glanmeyer goes the 3/4 in 9-2. The $1 million Canadian International, 1.5 miles on the Marshall Turf Course at Woodbine. Big performance here by the local horse. Let's take a look. Here's Dan with the call.
They're off in the Canadian International. Off a step slowly was Crown Attorney. Desert Waves goes right to the front of the center. On the outside is Down the Aisle. Strategic Choice taken in hand now, as is Chief Bearheart. Romanov just to the outside of Chief Bearheart, and then Crown Attorney as they make their way up the incline to the backstretch. Desert Waves is on the inside. Mild pressure from the outside from Down the Aisle, and drafting in behind them is Strategic Choice. They head up to the backstretch. Desert Waves, the early leader. Romanov is on the outside as they enter the backstretch. That initial 1/4 mile was in 26-2. Not going very much up front. Desert Waves, Romanov on the outside. Strategic Choice is third. 1/2 mile in 50-4. Hawley not alone on the lead with Desert Waves. Pellier and Romanov right alongside. They match strides. Strategic Choice continues to draft in behind that pair. Crown Attorneys to the outside. Then Down the Aisle in the late running Chief Bearheart as they continue along the backstretch. Romanov on the outside by a head. Desert Waves sticks right with him to the hedge. Strategic Choice. A perfect ride by Quinn at this stage, just 1.5 lengths off the lead. Crown Attorney has him pinned down on the hedge. Then Down the Aisle and Chief Bearheart as they sweep into the far turn. Desert Waves and Romanov, bridle to bridle. Strategic Choice still in behind them. The 1 mile in 39-2, they're midway of the turn. Desert Waves and Romanov, and here comes the Chief. The Chief is rolling and on the leaders in a flash. Santos cuts him loose, and Chief Bearheart's up to do battle with Romanov now as they come over to the top of the stretch. And it's Chief Bearheart who has taken over. Day has Down the Aisle on the outside, and he is coming. It's Chief Bearheart by 1.5 lengths. Day is all over Down the Aisle. Romanov is back in third. Strategic Choice is fourth as they come to the 8th pole. And it's Chief Bearheart by 2. Down the Aisle trying desperately to catch him, but he won't. It's Chief Bearheart, and put a grade 1 feather in the cap of Canada's Chief Bearheart. He wins the Canadian International.
Mark Frosted trains Chief Bearheart, and this guy has been on a tear. He's been racing at Woodbine, at Arlington, at Keeneland. Samson Farms standard bearer, 4 wins out of its last 5 starts, and the other one that he didn't win, was just finishing in the 2nd spot. Jose Santos rides Chief Bearheart for Mark Frosted. They're going to think about the Breeders' Cup and think very strongly about it. Ernie Samuels, the master of Samson Farm, will make the decision sometime within the next week or so as to whether or not Chief Bearheart goes to Hollywood. I have to think they go. This was a big race. Down the aisle, finishing 2nd, Romanov gets the 3rd money. 2 minutes, 29 seconds for the 1.5 miles of the Chief Bearheart in the Canadian International. Okay, we got a lot more for you. Let's go to Bay Meadows. The Carmel handicap, I should say, beg your pardon, handicap on Saturday afternoon is 1 mile and a furlong. It's on the grass. It's 100 grander. We've got 3-year-old fillies going postward. Here's Paul Allen in San Mateo with the call of this one.
The leader is Sonia's Faith, and she kicks on beautifully. Sonia's Faith opens up powerfully. Sweet Defense and Green Jewel are no match for Sonia's Faith. And the Irish filly, Sonia's Faith and Rafael Meza win the Carmel. Sonia's Faith about 5 to Sweet Defense, Green Jewel 3rd.
Sonia's Faith, Rafael Meza in the irons. This Irish-bred gal trained by Ian Jory, a daughter of Sharp Victor, comes over and makes her North American debut, a very impressive one with a 5-length score, paying a nice $14.80 too. Sweet Defense was 2nd. Green Jewel gets the show money, 1:45 and 3. Very nice time in the Carmel handicap for Sonia's Faith at Bay Meadows on Saturday. All right, now to the Oak Tree meeting at Santa Anita for their 4 Breeders' Cup prep races over the weekend. We'll start you off with the Oak Leaf Stakes. These are the 2-year-old fillies. They're at a flat mile. The purse is $200,000 in guaranteed monies. Here's Trevor with the call of the Oak Leaf.
Deal for the Oak Leaf sent on their way. Belizean Beauty off just a little awkward. Fast into stride is Lovelock going to take the early lead. Vivid Angel right there down at the rail. An Unreal Squeal moving up on the outside. On the outside of those two, we come back to east side, west side as Belizean Beauty is now back 5 lengths off the leaders, and Speed on Home is the trailer, 8 off them. They run to the 3/4 pole, and Vivid Angel setting a fast pace out here. Vivid Angel leading by 1.5 lengths. Unreal Squeal is right there with Ancient Purple on the inside of her. Then we come back to Lovelock, the grey filly in 4th, 3.5 off the leaders. In behind her comes Cayman Wound in the white colours. Another 4 lengths back to Nabru. On the outside of her is Belizean Beauty, got 7 lengths to make up. Speed on Home is 2nd last, and East Side, West Side is last. East Side, West Side last, 11 off them. Past a 1/2 mile they go in the Oak Leaf, and Vivid Angel still leads by just over 1 length with Ancient Purple right there in 2nd, and Unreal Squeal is 3rd. Lovelock is now going to have to go wide. On the inside of Lovelock comes Cayman Wound. Vivid Angel now suddenly bursting away up front, and let's see, East Side, West Side still has 11 to make up. 1/4 mile to go, and Vivid Angel clear by 2.5 lengths. Lovelock now becomes the danger on the outside, then Belizean Beauty. East Side, West Side is well beaten at the top of the lane, and Vivid Angel finding more. Lovelock, the only one, got a chance of getting to her, but Vivid Angel kicking away with a furlong to run, and Vivid Angel just tapped on the shoulder by Eddie Dallahousse, clear by 4, and coming home an impressive winner of the Oak Leaf. It's Vivid Angel easy, Lovelock 2nd, and Belizean Beauty will get 3rd.
Vivid Angel, Eddie D in the irons, 3.5 length score, a wire job here for Bob Baffert. Lovelock was 2nd, Belizean Beauty finishing in the show position. Vivid Angel will be going to Hollywood, according to trainer Baffert, to tackle Countess Diana in the juvenile fillies. She gets her mile in 1 minute 37 and 1. The Oak Tree Breeders' Cup Mile Handicap, the other co-feature on Saturday afternoon. $250,000 in guaranteed monies for this mile turf Breeders' Cup prep. Again, here's Trevor with the call.
Oh, where they go. Broken a beautiful line. From the inside, Fantastic Fellow is fast. In the center of the track, Petit Poussey and Taiki Blizzard's going to be caught wide, but right with the leading group, and Magellan down at the rail. 4 of them in a line. The pace solid early. Then back to Via Lombardia, been followed by Ninja in the pink colours. Pin Floron races back second last, and Star Maniac trailing 10 off them. Going wide into the turn was Taiki Blizzard. They run to the 3/4 pole, and Petit Poussey the leader. Taiki Blizzard now coming back to take that second spot. Magellan is right there in third, and Fantastic Fellow is fourth, 4.5 off the leaders. Then it's another 3.5 back to Ninja racing in the 5th spot. Big gap is 6 to Via Lombardia. Has got to be 13 off the leaders. Pin Floron on the outside of that, and Star Maniac in the blue at the rail. They strung out over a lot of ground. They have a half-mile to go. Petit Poussey setting a strong pace. Leads a length and a half to Taiki Blizzard. Magellan is right there third. Fantastic Fellow, good fourth, 3 lengths off the leaders. A gap of 5 back to Pin Floron, who's starting to pick it up now. Pin Floron on the move. Then it's Ninja. Via Lombardia's 12 off the leaders, and Star Maniac outside of that. They come to the top of the lane. Petit Poussey's the leader. Taiki Blizzard on the outside. Magellan nowhere to go at the rail. Fantastic Fellow in the green cap, and Pin Floron coming on 5th with Ninja. They homeward bound now. Down at the rail is Petit Poussey. Magellan did not get through. Fantastic Fellow coming with a powerful run in the center, and Taiki Blizzard. Fantastic Fellow, Taiki Blizzard. Magellan flying late. Fantastic Fellow gonna win. Fantastic Fellow and unlucky Magellan. Taiki Blizzard right there third in a blanket finish.
Oh, what a race. Fantastic Fellow, Alex Solis, a head victory as we've got 3-4 horses right there on the wire. Magellan is second. Taiki Blizzard coming over from Japan to try the horses in California. Just an incredible run up there, and is within a half length to a neck of the first 2 horses. Fantastic Fellow, owned by the Thoroughbred Corporation and trained by D. Wayne. So he'll be alive in the Breeders' Cup Mile. He goes the distance in 1:36.1. This guy was 4th in the Del Mar Derby last time out. It's just a 3-year-old by Learfan. So D. Wayne has himself a turf miler there, and maybe take some of the sting out of losing Marlin last week in the Oak Tree race that we saw, where Marlin was DQ'd from 2nd to 4th and then subsequently retired after the suspensory injury. All right, let's go to Sunday afternoon at the Oak Tree meeting in Arcadia. First up, the Ladies' Secret Breeders' Cup handicap for the fillies and mares, the prep race for the distaff. Mile and a 16th, 175, the added purse. Let's take a look again with Trevor describing the action.
Twice the Vice and Shopcat stride for stride at the top of the lane. They come past the 8th pole. Shopcat and Alex Solis at the rail. Twice the Vice and Chris McCarron up alongside. An absolute thriller. Shopcat digs deep, finds more, and Shopcat, a superlative effort today. Shopcat outruns Twice the Vice.
Hey, a new Sharp Cat. Wow, very impressive here as she tackles the older gals, including Twice the Vice for the first time. And boy, that freshening has really helped her. This daughter of Stormcat gets a 2-length score here with Alex Solis in the irons. Twice the Vice, the big 3-5 favorite, can't even get within 2 lengths of Sharp Cat. I'm impressed. Minister's Melody is your 3rd place finisher. You know that Sharp Cat is ready for the mile and a furlong distaff now, as she goes the distance here, the mile 16th distance in 1:41.2. All D. Wayne had to do was just give her a little time off. She'd been going at it pretty strong, as you well know, throughout the season. And boy, she comes back a-running here in the Ladies' Secret. All right, now, the 2-year-olds in the Norfolk Stakes. Again, we're at a flat mile, just like the Oakleaf was for the 2-year-old fillies. $200,000, the guaranteed purse on the Norfolk. Again, Mr. Denman has the call.
At the top of the lane, an Old Trieste in the gold cap. Souvenir Copy on the grandstand side, and Double Honor down at the rail. 3 of them in a line with 1/8 of a mile to go. Now it's Souvenir Copy on the grandstand side, and Old Trieste down to 2. Souvenir Copy's going the better of the 2 with 50 yards left. left to run, and Souvenir Copy and Gary Stevens take the Norfolk from Old Trieste.
There's the competition for favorite trick. Bob Baffert and John and Betty Mabie's Souvenir Copy with Gary Stevens in the irons. A very nice length and a half score. Souvenir Copy, you recall, won the Del Mar Futurity. He's a son of Mr. Prospector, so the gauntlet has been thrown down. Souvenir Copy from the West versus the East Coast favorite trick. It's going to be a very, very nice 2-year-old race. I'm still going with favorite trick, I'll tell you right now. Old Trieste is second. Double Honor gets the third spot. Souvenir Copy sent off the 2-to-1 choice, goes his mile in a minute, 36 seconds flat. Boy, is Baffert loaded. He's as got as good a 2-year-old string on the West Coast as Pat Byrne has here in Keeneland. It'll be very, very interesting to see how they fare against each other on Cup Day. All right, let's take our second break here. When we come back, we'll conclude this week's program by taking a look at all of the Belmont Breeders' Cup preview races Friday through Sunday. Belmont action coming up. Don't go away. Be right back after this.
Celebrating 25 years of service, this is the OTB Television Network.
Join OTB analysts Tom Amello and Nick Kling for a Breeders' Cup seminar on Friday, November 7th, beginning at 6 p.m. at the OTB Teletheater. The first 100 to register for the seminar will receive a free racing form. Following the seminar, there will be a Saratoga Harness Handicap contest offering $500 in prize money. For reservations, call 438-0127. Don't miss Tom and Nick for the Breeders' Cup seminar, followed by the Saratoga Harness Handicap contest on Friday, November 7th. Seminar and contest are free.
All right, Belmont Park closing out the fall meeting of champions. Friday afternoon, we'll start you off with the Pebbles handicap for the 3-year-old fillies. They're a mile 16th on the grass, 75 thou the added purse. Here's Tom with the call of the Pebbles.
Sagacious cuts the corner with the lead. Colonial Minstrel right there with their Colonial Minstrel moving well. And it's now Colonial Minstrel in front. Here comes Heaven's Command. Parade Queen. Wolestina last on the backstretch. Coming up on the far outside into the final 16th. Heaven's Command in front. Colonial Minstrel second. Wolestina and Parade Queen. They're coming down to the line. And Heaven's Command gets there with a well-timed move by Jose Santos.
Heaven's Command, a French bred, making her U.S. debut. Second at St. Cloud last time, comes across here and very nicely gets a length and a half score with Jose in the irons. Wolestina and Colonial Minstrel will be second and third. Sent off at 9-1, a little dinger here. Ting, $21. Got to watch these Europeans every fall when they come over. They run big, big races, and here is Heaven's Command getting the victory in the Pebbles in 1:42 and 4. All right, we'll start off Saturday's Breeders' Cup preview day, taking the races in the order that they will run. The Kelso Mile Turf Race is the first one we'll show you. $200,000, the guaranteed purse on the race. Here's Tom with the call.
And they're off. A perfect beginning, and Lucky Coin to the lead immediately. Joker pressing down toward the inside. Strike Zone is away third. Brave Note fourth and on the outside. Then Pacific Fleet running along in mid-pack, 5 lengths from the lead. Tamid toward the inside, 6th. Kal Khan is 7th, and he's about 8 lengths from the lead. Light Approval running in 8th position. Same Old Wish lingering near the back of the pack with Bin Rosie, Hoxie Hill, and Fortitude on the outside. Moving down the back stretch, and Lucky Coin with his customary speed out there in front by 2 after a quarter in 23 seconds flat. 4.5 furlongs from the line. Lucky Coin in front, and he's in hand there by Robbie Davis. In control by 2. Joker is chasing second. Strike Zone inside. Brave Note outside 4th. It's 3 lengths back to Kal Khan, advancing to 5th. Tamid 6th toward the inside. Lucky Coin through a half mile in 45 3/5 seconds. No one with the speed to challenge him yet. He is still in complete command as they approach the top of the stretch. 2.5 lengths back to Joker. Kal Khan commencing his bid as they approach the quarter pole. Brave Notes in between horses fourth. The field turns for home, chasing Lucky Coin. Robbie Davis steals a peek back. He is 5 lengths clear. He hasn't asked Lucky Coin for run yet. 5-length lead with a furlong to go. Kal Khan running second. Same Old Wishes third. Hawksley Hill fourth on the outside. Now Davis gets to work on Lucky Coin as they approach the wire. It will be Lucky Coin, an emphatic front-running victor here in the Kelso.
Well, Lucky Coin just keeps rolling along. 7 out of its last 8, 3 in a row. No stopping this guy. You could have claimed this horse for $35,000 at Aqueduct, of all places, last year. And now they put this guy on the grass and he just becomes a major force. Robbie Davis in the irons, winning off by 4 lengths, sent off at 4 to 5 and 1 like he was 1 to 2 on to Hollywood Park for Lucky Coin. Hawksley Hill and Kal Khan were second and third. Look at that mile time. Mercy, 1:33 and 3. They better be ready for Lucky Coin at Hollywood. All right, the Champagne, the Moet Champagne Stakes for our 2-year-olds. Next up, mile 16, $400,000. The guaranteed purse. Compare that purse to the Norfolk for the 2-year-olds, which was only $200 out in California. Says something there for corporate sponsorship. Again, here's Tom with the call.
And they're off. Grand Slam is off to a good beginning, but it's Lil's Lad. Lil's Lad gets his head in front early and strikes out for the lead quickly. Lil's Lad in front. The lead established. Jerry Bailey trying to throttle down his speed. He leads by 2. Grand Slam sits back in second. Teddy Boy third. Devil's Pride is fourth and on the outside. At the rail, Middlesex Drive sent through an opening there. Then it's Buddha's Delight. Hillary Hunter. Hillary Hunter moves up a spot down toward the rail. He's in a bit tight, just in behind Middlesex Drive. A break of 4 to Buddha's Delight. Caution flag trails the field. And Lil's Lad goes out winging. He's opened up by 6. Lil's Lad, and he tore through a quarter in 22 2/5 seconds and a spectacular half mile in 44 3. Lil's Lad, sensational speed. He has a 6-length lead over heavily favored Grand Slam with 3 furlongs to go. Farther back, Middlesex Drive, third toward the inside, Hillary Hunter. They're coming to the top of the stretch and they're gaining quickly on Lil's Lad. The lead is down to 2.5 lengths. Grand Slam draws in closer. Hillary Hunter joins the chase on the outside in Middlesex Drive. And Lil's Lad's lead has evaporated. He's trying to hold on, but Grand Slam comes to him. Lil's Lad tenacious. Lil's Lad still there, holding on grimly to the lead. Grand Slam full out, trying to get by him. Grand Slam and Lil's Lad, who grudgingly gives way after running a sensational race. But the laurels today in the Moet Champagne go to the favorite Grand Slam.
Wow. Lil's Lad setting incredible fractions, as you heard Tom describe. 44 3, 8 4, and still wanted more. But Grand Slam was equal to the task and comes up and gets the victory. Sent off at 3 to 5 for Dwayne Lucas. This 2-year-old son of Gone West is going out west to challenge Souvenir Copy, to challenge Favorite Trick. Lil's Lad probably also going. Let's hope they just didn't leave it all at Belmont on Saturday. They put on quite a show. Hillary Hunter finishing in the 3rd spot. And look at the time for the race. 1:40 2 is just 3/5 off the track record, and these are 2-year-olds. We'll have something to say about this in a little bit here, but keep that in mind. 2-year-olds, just 3/5 of a second off the track record in the Moet Champagne as Grand Slam gets the victory for Gary and Dwayne. All right, the Turf Classic Invitational, a 1.5 mile race, $500,000 in guaranteed purse money. Very short but select field here. Again, Tom has the call.
And they're off. And Doughty comes away to a smooth beginning and finds himself on the lead. 2 jumps out of the gate. Val's Prince sits back in second. Flag Down takes the 3rd position early. Awad and Up Smile take up their positions at the back of the pack as Doughty lopes along on the lead. Val's Prince in close attendance to the pace. Then farther back, Flag Down runs along in 3rd. The opening quarter goes in 25 1/5 seconds as the field moves into the clubhouse turn. Doughty enjoying a free ride on the lead on cruise control through the opening furlongs. Val's Prince, though, is kept close to him, sitting back second. It's 3.5 lengths back to Flag Down, who's unhurried. Another 5 back to Awad, and Jerry Bailey just lets him run his race. He's about 10 lengths from the lead. Farther back, stretch running Ops Smile, allowed to trail the field through an opening half mile that went in a very deliberate 51 seconds flat. As they begin their run down the back stretch, Doughty still leads by a measured length over Val's Prince, and Mike Smith has moved him alongside Doughty now. Moving down the back stretch, it is Doughty in front, 3/4 of a length, prompted by Val's Prince, second by 3.5. Flag Down runs along in 3rd. Awad is 4th as the cadence begins to quicken. Up Smile continues to trail the field. He's 7 lengths from the lead. The leader remains Doughty, who runs 3/4 in 1:16 3, with Val's Prince up close to him most of the way. 2.5 lengths back to Flag Down, still unhurried in 3rd. Awad maneuvered into striking position. He's commencing his bid 4 furlongs from the wire. Up Smile is still treading the field. Around the far turn, Doughty challenged in earnest by Val's Prince. It's Doughty by a head with 3 furlongs to go. Val's Prince trying to get by him. 5 lengths to Flag Down, and Awad in full flight now. Up Smile trailed the field, and the field turns for home in the Turf Classic. It is still Doughty fending off the challenges of Val's Prince. Flag Down is coming up the inside. Awad is coming down the outside. Up Smile closes in. Doughty gives it up to Val's Prince. Val's Prince the leader, and he's full of run. Flag Down inside. Awad and Up Smile coming down to the finish. It's Val's Prince to win by 2.
Val's Prince, Mike Smith in the irons, was second in the Man of War. Couldn't get to Influence, who just ran off on Man of War Saturday a couple of weeks ago. Sent off at 5-2, and shows that why he was second best behind Influence, and wins the Turf Classic here by 2.5 lengths. Mike Smith in the irons. Old Flag Down finishing second again for Alan Paulson and Chris Clement. The 11th time in Flag Down's career that he finishes second. He tried as hard as he could, but just could not catch up to Val's Prince. Up Smile gets the 3rd money. The big disappointment is Awad off the board in the Turf Classic. Val's Prince, 1.5 miles in 2:28 2. Jockey Club Gold Cup. 1.25 miles, $1 million in guaranteed purse money. This race could stand alone, didn't have to be surrounded with any Breeders' Cup preview races. Always the major attraction every fall down at Belmont Park. Skip Away, trying to rectify kind of just a lukewarm season, but he loves Belmont and he loves a 1.25 mile distance. New rider, Jerry Bailey in the irons for Sonny Hine. Let's take a look and watch him roll. Here's Tom's call of the Jockey Club Gold Cup.
And they're off. Skip Away shows first. Siphon to his outside, sent toward the lead. Wagon Limit is up close. Then comes Prepo, Golden Larch, Coup d'Argent, and Instant Friendship at the back of the pack. It's Siphon the leader as they make their way into the back stretch. Jerry Bailey concedes the lead with Skip Away. He's eased off to hold his position at the inside and second. On the outside, Golden Larch up close in a hard-held Wagon Limit as Siphon carries the field into the back stretch. The opening quarter around that turn went in 24-1. Siphon is the leader, and Skip Away will not let him get away. It's Siphon 3/4 of a length. Skip Away down to his inside, right with him as they continue up the backstretch. Wagon Limit running in 3rd. Golden Larch 4th. It's about a half dozen lengths back to Prepo and Kudarjan, and another 5 back to Instant Friendship well behind. The opening half mile, 47 seconds flat. Skip Away is making Siphon work on that lead. In front by a head with 5 furlongs to go. Skip Away down inside, and those two and their duel continues into the turn. Siphon and Skip Away head to head with 4 furlongs to go in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. They are inseparable, their strides synchronized, opening up on the field by 8. Wagon Limit is a distant third. It's another 4 lengths to Instant Friendship, now running in 4th. Approaching the top of the stretch, Skip Away has wrested a short lead from Siphon. A protracted speed duel. They have been together for a quarter of a mile. And the field turning for home here. There was an accident at the back of the pack. Kudarjan fell and unseated his rider. Golden Larch is also down. In the meantime, it is going to be Skip Away. Siphon not good enough for him today. Instant Friendship has now rallied to second. They're coming down to the final 16th, and it is Skip Away. Skip Away is going to win the Jockey Club Gold Cup in years back-to-back. He wins by 5 over Instant Friendship. Farther back, Wagon Limit gets third.
Siphon right out the gate and would not let them get away, and buried that one and rolls on to a convincing 6.5 length score. Jerry Bailey in the irons, as of course we mentioned, was Sonny Hine. And now the question immediately after the race, Sonny can't even enjoy this victory for the 2nd year in a row. Are you going to California? Are you going to California? Well, remember last year he said he would, and then he got sick and he said, the heck with it, and put Skippy away for the year. Now Sonny's health is okay, but he's still not too sure. He's going to think about it again and discuss it with his wife, Carolyn, and they'll come up with an answer in the next few days as to whether or not they're going to pay that steep supplemental fee. At any rate, they're very seriously thinking of running this guy next year as a 5-year-old, so that's good news as well. Hey, Instant Friendship. How's this for Leo? The horse wins the State-Bred Empire Classic last week, and with a race worth $250,000, gets the winner's share of that race, and now finishes second in the $1 million Jockey Club Gold Cup. Gets more money for finishing second this week than he did for winning last week. All right, way to go, Leo, for our State-Bred Instant Friendship. Wagon Limit was third. And again, we've got a problem in a race here as Kudarjan broke down and was humanely destroyed up from Lucas's barn. Again, this racetrack subject to a lot of talk this past week to 10 days down at Belmont. We talked about 3/5 of a second for the 2-year-olds off the track record, and now in this race here, another time that is 3/5 of a second off the track record, 1:58.4 for Skip Away. That race much too fast, very, very hard. Trainers complaining about it all week long. It seems that Don Orlando has come under extreme fire for the condition of the Belmont surface the last 10 days or so of the Belmont meeting, and highlighted by a breakdown here in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. We had another breakdown, Star Med in a state-bred race Friday of last week. So I'm going to have to examine things as to why that track was in the condition it was at Belmont. Take nothing away from Skip Away. He loves the place down there. Now let's see what Sonny and Carolyn Hine decide to do. All right, that was Saturday. Incidentally, 17,000 plus in attendance at Belmont on Saturday. Better than the Super Saturday, but still not up to par. All right, moving along, the Jamaica Handicap starts the Sunday action off at 1 1/8 on the grass. 3-year-olds, $150,000 in guaranteed purse monies. Again, here's Tom with the call.
At the hedge and in tight into the last furlong. Robin Gin, Subordination, a little luck coming up the inside. Skybound put to a drive. Those 4 in the final furlong together. Subordination, Skybound, Robin Gin in between them. A little luck running in 4th. Go. Premier Chris Chief moving late. Wires coming fast. It's Subordination, Skybound, Subordination, Skybound. Premier Chris Chief on the line. It is Subordination.
Hey, 2 in a row for Subordination. Gary Siaka's Mount Livermore 3-year-old gets the Jamaica handicap score here with Georgie Chavez in the irons. Premier Chris Jeff flying at the end and just runs out of ground, has to settle for a neck back of Subordination. Skybound finishing in the show spot. Subordination's 9 panels in 1:49 flat. Sprinters up next in the Forest Hills handicap, 3/4 the distance, 200 in guaranteed purse monies. Again, Tom's got the call.
Less than a furlong to go, and it's Kelly Kipp. Kelly Kipp leads. Crafty Friend chasing second. Royal Haven down toward the inside of Norte Mexico. Kelly Kipp does it today and wins by 2.
Kelly Kipp doesn't have to be in front. Comes from off the pace with Jean-Luc Samine in the irons for Alan Jerkins and gets the nice length-and-a-half score and sent off at 13-1. Fooled a lot of people, didn't he? 29 bucks for Kelly Kipp and Alan Jerkins. Crafty Friend was second, Royal Haven third, 8-4. Kelly Kipp's time, and Alan's going to think it over and examine the horse this week and then decide whether he's Hollywood bound for the sprint. Frizette, 2-year-old fillies at 1 mile and a 16th, $400,000. The purse on the Frizette, and again, of course, compare that to the Oak Leafs, $200,000 at Hollywood at Santa Anita. Here we go with Tom's call of the Frizette.
And Silver Maiden is opening up on the field. She's opening up on them impressively. 5-length lead now. Diamond on the run is second. The others are staggering in behind Silver Maiden, and she was much the best today with the finish line and victory assured. It is Silver Maiden who wins here by a half-dozen lengths.
Wow. Does Countess Diana indeed have some competition here in Silver Maiden? This Silver Buck 2-year-old filly runs off by 7 lengths. Jerry Bailey got the mount. Diamond on the run was second. Brack Drifter was third. She had been at Arlington for Britt McGee, now comes to New York and says, hey, I'm the real deal here. Let's go to Southern California. She goes the 1 mile and a 16th in 1:42 and 3. I still like Burns' 2-year-olds, but boy, the competition is certainly coming out, aren't they? All right, and the big one, $400,000 Beldam handicap for our fillies and mares at 1 mile and a furlong. Good race here, featuring last year's Distaff champion Jewel Princess against Johnny Kimmel's Hidden Lake. Here's Tom's call of the Beldam.
Coming down to the last furlong. Now the MiG says go on Hidden Lake, and she is responding. It's Hidden Lake in front by 2.5 lengths. Gina chasing her home. Jewel Princess still third. Coming home here, it is Hidden Lake in front. Hidden Lake has done it. She reports home by 2, the best in the Beldam.
Well, she has recovered from that grueling battle in the August searing heat of Saratoga in the Go for One. Hidden Lake comes on again for a 2-length score. Richie Mig in the irons. Gina is second. Jewel Princess well beaten third. Hidden Lake, she is the leader, period, right now of the filly and mare division. She goes the 1 mile and a furlong in 1:48 and 1. All right, that concludes all of this week's racing action from Belmont, and it concludes the Belmont season as well as, of course, Aqueduct opened its long 6.5, 7-month stand of Wednesday of this week. Now, let's get into our notes department. We don't have much time at all. All the Breeders' Cup races now, for the most part, have been completed, so anyone that's going on to Hollywood Park on the 8th has got their work done and is now just sitting on ready. One of the big defectives in the past couple of days has been Influent, and a freak injury on the farm down in Maryland. He injured his hind suspensory. You know what the odds of a horse injuring a hind suspensory are? So a fluke injury, out of the Breeders' Cup, but will be back and running next year, according to trainer Howie Tesher. Some of the races, very quickly, that we'll be looking at on the show this week. Keeneland closes out the fall stand with the Hopemont and the Valley View. Then Churchill opens up on Sunday with the Ack Stakes. It's Cal Cup Day out at Santa Anita. We'll have a look at some of the California Cup races on next week's program. And at Aqueduct, we'll take a look at the 2-year-olds in the Cowden and the Astorita and the Miss Grillo. That puts a cap on things for this week. So, as always, stay tuned right here to your OTB TV radio network station, where you get the most complete coverage in thoroughbred racing. Till next week, Jack Wolferseder here. So long, everybody. We'll see you at the Big A.